What if I told you that AI does not stand for artificial intelligence, but instead it stands for actually Indian? Basically, I just read the dumbest news article about a $1.5 billion AI company that was exposed for having absolutely zero AI, but instead the AI was just 700 underpaid Indian workers hiding in Diddy's basement. And the worst part is that this company somehow raised over $445 million from investors, including Microsoft and the country of Qatar. So how did this AI company manage to trick everyone into thinking it was a real AI and not just 700 Indians? Well, let's have a look at the website, because from the outside, it looks pretty legit. Like, there's nothing too sus about this. So the company is called Builder AI, and the specific fake AI product was called Natasha. So basically, the way it works is that you explain your idea to the AI, and then the AI will give you code and then make the actual like website or app for you. So basically, it's a bit of like a no coding solution. You just tell the AI and the AI will code it for you. But in reality, what was actually happening was that whenever you sent instructions to this AI, these instructions would then get sent to 700 Indian coders who would manually code it and pretend to be AI. And they would even intentionally delay delivery times by 12 to 48 hours in order to like fake being an AI and pretend, like even more accurately pretend to be an AI. And in 2019, which was 6 years ago, this was still happening as well, because one of the employees got fired after they complained that the company had no AI technology and it was just a bunch of Indian workers doing it. And then he tried to sue the company for $5 million, and then yeah, I assume he lost. So this has been going on for years, and I assume this has been going on since the very beginning, which was in 2016 when they first started. But despite these reports, I guess they still managed to trick all these companies. So anyways, how did they manage to convince the public that there was like an actual AI product and not just 700 Indians in the basement? Well, me personally, I had never actually heard of this AI product before, but apparently this was a huge company in terms of reputation, and they won a bunch of random awards. I think the founder won the 2023 Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, which is a pretty like big deal. It's pretty massive. Like, if you're struggling to understand how big this is, like imagine the low taper fade meme, for example. This award was probably around like 1 million times more massive than that. So this is like a really big deal. So this is not something that is taken lightly. But another unfortunately convincing thing was that huge companies such as Microsoft and the Qatar Investment Authority invested a total of over $445 million into this company. And so I don't know how you managed to just throw this amount of money and just not realize something's wrong. Like, they even convinced Microsoft, and Microsoft had this grand plan to like incorporate Builder AI with its entire sort of ecosystem, but it turns out it's just a scam. It's just a complete scam. And so once again, how did these 700 Indian workers hiding in Diddy's basement manage to convince these huge, massive companies into investing into the fake AI product? Well, the problem was that the fake AI product wasn't really a scam, and it sort of worked, allegedly. So they claimed that massive companies such as the BBC and Virgin were like customers of the product and they were using the product, but apparently this might not actually be true. It's not like fully verified, and also it's a little bit sus, like the choice of these companies that they're claiming to have worked with. Like, we have the BBC, the big black dingling, combined with Virgin, like a person who was never fricked before. Like, it's a bit of an odd combination. But also, I'm pretty sure the other thing that managed to trick these companies into thinking that it was like a legit company rather than like 700 Indians in the basement was that they actually did pretty decent revenue. They did 55 million revenue in 2024, which is like, it's pretty legit. Like, that's pretty impressive. And so this sort of proves that there were like actually real customers using this product and getting value out of Builder AI. But the only problem is that they told their investors that they made $220 million in 2024. Instead of 55 million. If you're gonna fake something, at least make it like a little bit subtle. But this is like, how much increase is this? This is like a 3x increase. I don't know who decided to do this, but the issue is that it seemed pretty legit from the outside. Like, it seemed legit that they earned $220 million because they had the documents and invoices to prove it, that it was $220 million in revenue. But the issue was that, of course, you know, in reality, there were fake documents and there was a bit of like money, like a sort of money laundering going on, allegedly. So the correct term is called round tripping. So basically what happened, allegedly, is that Builder AI partnered with a Indian social media firm called Versailles, and basically they would exchange fake invoices to boost their revenue numbers without actually paying or doing any work. And so, like, I assume what happened allegedly is that, you know, they did the invoice and then they sent the money, but then the money got returned back, but like it wasn't documented that it returned back. So it looked like it was actually like they paid for that service. So that's how they managed to boost it from 55 million to 220 million. So anyways, I think that's basically how this company managed to convince everyone that it wasn't just 700 Indians in the basement and it was like a proper AI product. But I found their YouTube channel, which has like quite a few marketing videos, and I just wanted to have a look at them to see whether it would have fooled me as well. So let's have a look at this. This looks like a case study with Keezy and Builder AI.
My name is Guy Rama. I'm the co-founder of Keezy.
My name is Liat Arama. I am the co-founder and CEO of Keezy. Kizzy is a hyper-efficient automated property management solution.
Okay, so yeah, these are the
What we do is
customers.
we took the property management industry and we divided it into simple tasks and we deliver it to our landlords.
She looks
on
like she's being
demand.
held at gunpoint.
I myself am a landlord.
By the 700
and I was
Indian workers in the
suffering from
basement. Kizzy is a new way to deliver property management services. Okay, so they use Builder AI to make this app. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, like the app does get made, but like it's just a little bit deceptive that it's made by 700 Indians in the basement rather than the AI that they promised. But I mean, is it really that big of an issue if like you get the final product? Like, I think these people, Kizzy, they're probably happy with their app, which is why they came onto here and they're doing a bit of a case study. But anyways, let's have a look at their first video where they introduced Natasha, which is the fake AI product. Okay, 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, this was still 6.9 million views. Anyway, so basically 4 years ago, allegedly they were still doing the Indian worker method instead of like the AI, like the proper AI product. So let's just have a look at this.
Hey there, I'm Natasha, and my specialty is making all your app building dreams come true. Say you've got a great idea for an app or a website. Maybe it finds you a concert, buys you tickets, and calls you a car to get there. But you don't know how to find somebody to turn the thing in your head into the thing in your hands. Or you do, and they said it would cost too much. They said it'd take too long. Well, don't be surprised. They didn't have me, and they didn't have Builder. Let me tell you how we do our thing. It's easy. Promise. You tell us what you want, what
And then
it
we
does,
send it to
and
an
the
Indian
features you need.
offshore worker and
Then
underpay
me and my
them.
network of geeks
Yeah.
build it using building blocks that really work.
Wait, what?
Then me and my network of geeks build it.
Wait, I think they were saying here, me and my network of geeks, as in like the AI, like me and my network of like AI geeks will build it. But in reality, these geeks existed in real life in Diddy's basement. The 700 Indian workers trapped there, just working on the code all day, every day. But the thing is, you would think that 700 Indians trapped in the basement, they wouldn't cost that much. Like maybe they'll cost like $1 a day each. So that's like $700 a day. But the confusing thing is that they were burning $500,000 every single day. They were spending $500,000 every single day. And they had $115 million in debt. So I don't know what was going on behind the scenes with this company. Like there are so many questions and we will probably never be able to figure it out. But anyways, let's have a look at their most recent video before the bust. Okay, so this looks like an ad. Unleash your business potential with Builder AI. Okay, it's an ad.
Okay, let's be real for a second.
Let's be real for a second. Let's be real for a second. Okay, there is nothing real about your product. It's not even a real AI product. It's just 700 Indians in the basement.
Let's be real for a second. Building software that keeps up with your business feels challenging, right?
Yeah, it's challenging. So let's send it to a bunch of Indians in the
You've
basement.
probably tried no-code or low-code platforms. They're quick, easy, and get the job done.
Why would they hire? Wait. Why would they hire that guy to do an ad read for a thing? I mean, no offense, but it's kind of hard to understand what he's saying. Like, if you're hiring someone for an ad, surely you just hire someone who can speak like fluent, understandable English. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, but okay, just so quick. Wait, maybe this is one of the people trapped in the basement. Maybe he made it out. He made it out of the basement, and now he's on the corporate, the C-suite.
They're quick, easy, and get the job done.
But what happens when your business grows? Suddenly, customization is limited.
Maybe this is the whole
Performance
team.
starts to lag. And scaling
They made it
up,
out of the basement,
almost impossible without.
and now they have an
starting from
entire
scratch.
office to themselves.
But that's where we come in.
That's where we come in. Out the basement, and then they code it instead of the AI. Great.
Using AI, our composable software platform is built to evolve your business.
Need to add a new feature? Easy. Want to scale your software as your business grows? No problem. And
Just
the best
send it to
part,
an offshore
you don't
Indian
need to
worker
speak tech
in the
to make it
basement.
happen.
So why settle for the limitations of no-code or low-code?
Okay, I 100% know why this person was hired for the ad. Okay, let's have a look at a demo. Let's have a look inside the app. Let's see what these customers were actually receiving.
Now there's a better way to build your software with me. Explain your idea and I'll guide you. Talk, chat or upload a doc that describes it. You can even speak to me on your phone. I'll
You can
listen to
speak
your idea
directly to the
and I
Indian
can
worker in the
work out
basement.
which software-
Okay, you see that? Do you see that? Costs from $45,000. 31 features. Okay, isn't this a bit of a red flag? If you're getting AI to build it, it shouldn't cost $45,000, should it? I feel like the only reason why building an app would cost $45,000 is if it involved like human manual labor. And so this is like a huge red flag, isn't it? I'm pretty sure you can do the exact same thing with ChatGPT and you pay it like maybe $100 or $200 a month for like the pro version. But if it's costing $45,000, like why doesn't anyone question like what this money is being spent on? Anyways, this was a very strange situation. I just thought the idea of 700 Indian workers pretending to be an AI, I just thought that was just so stupid. How do I even end this video? Meow. Meow.